No, always at Lock Lane since I was 8, all the way through to under 18s. I stayed there. We had a good side. We won a lot of the competitions. So yeah, we really enjoyed my time there. It were a bit weird. I was just happy to sign this club, but didn't get a lot of training in because of COVID, obviously. So just training at home. But once we started training here, I started to enjoy it.
You see, it always makes me smile, does Riley. He's his own character. He's his own person, different. From the others. I think the biggest part for Riley was, that he was a late developer. He's still developing physically. He'll be a big man when he's 21, 22-year-old. He'll start to be, the athlete that we all want him to be. He's worked really hard, to put himself into a position where he's getting the opportunity to play for the first team. He's certainly upped his standards, as a person, and he's growing all the time, in character, and it's credit to him again, and his family. He's a really bright player, for the future.
Enjoyed training under Mike. Taught me a lot, learned a lot from him. The games were pretty good from what I remember. We had a good side. We could have gone far, but it was more about development then. So I think Mike did a good job at that.
I always remember it was a little bit passive in those first couple of months, but then something clicked within him, and he started to grow. And obviously, on the back of 12 months, strength and training and conditioning, we started to see a little bit of muscle on that skinny frame. And we give him some opportunities on the wing. And we're kind of looking at him thinking, I think this kid, he's got a bit of something about him. I reckon he could play fullback. So I threw him in at fullback, rightly or wrongly. I threw him in there. I think he had 2 or 3 games within there, and I thought he did all right. But I think the main thing around it was to take him out of his comfort zone, put him in a position where 1, he had to talk, 2, he had to carry the football, 3, he had to take a couple of whacks here and there.
Like I said, he taught me a lot in that season. About different positions, full-back and wing, so that definitely helped from when we moved up. I'm more of a full-back at Lock Lane, like my position. I played wing if I needed, but more full-back. Then when I signed here, I was playing a bit of both, but now I find myself on the wing more.
But he was a work in progress, mate. I think he left the scholarship a better player, but he still had a long way to go, if that makes sense. So again, if I think back to my time in the academy with Chev, Chev works really hard, myself worked really hard with him, to kind of combat his body, ready for the rigours of it. And it's been I won't say a slow burner, but it has been a burner to get where he is now. And I honestly believe we've not seen the best of him. I think he'll, over the next 3 or 4 years, he'll develop into a really top flight player. Yeah,
I really enjoyed training under Chev. As well, he taught me a lot, and he still is as a first team coach. It was a good year. We won the grand final, but we did it tough. Some games we only had 13, 14 players playing, so we definitely did it tough. But it was a really good season. Enjoyed that one.
Outstanding performer on game day as a coach, and him being young and probably at times a little bit immature. You had to guide him a little bit more than the others through training. Really wanted to compete when it came to game day, and he did that really well. And he's super talented. He's brave, but we had to spend some time on him, as in getting him to think and train like a professional. And he, by midway through that academy season, so from the start of pre-season to midway through that season, completely different person. And credit to him, he never spat his dummy out when he was being asked to do something. He just get his head down and crack on with it. And his talent's never been in doubt. It were always, was he going to have the attitude towards training and making himself better, and not feeling like the talent were just going to get him through.
Not coincidence, they're all good players. Chev taught as well. We had a good 2 years under Chev. Made sure we bonded and everything, so that's definitely helped where we are now. It's a bit more physical in the reserves from academy. Anyone can play in at any age, so you can play against some men, which definitely helps to play first team.
He made some choices, and he come through from that, and he's growing all the time. in this environment as well. He could have probably got swallowed up where the talent's a little bit higher and you're not really standing out. But what he has done is he's turned that corner, and he's now brave and talented and hard working as well. Like he's putting some in time into his own game and more into his physical development. It's not really about his game. Because like I say, he plays off the cuff and he's brave. So it's more the physical side with him.
I said at the start of the year I wanted to play 5 Super League games this year. I didn't think I'd do it this year, but well, I played 4 and got injured in my other, so I don't really count it. But you know, to get 4 Super League games this year, you know, it was good. I just need to kick on and try and get more next year. Just when I got told about our playing, I got told a few days before the game, so it was a good day for me and my family. Really enjoyed it. Couldn't have gone any better really. Scored 2 tries at man of the match, you know, something you dream of. So yeah, it was a really good day. It was good for my mum and dad, my sister, my granddad to come down, you know, see our lads, give shirt presentation out, you know, it was a special day.
Dream debut for him. Good looking back at Hull, and he handled that really well. Handled it really well, on and off the field. Handled it well and handled the glory side of it afterwards, and it's really made him hungry for more.
Some bits in there that obviously you've seen previously from the scholarship and from the academy. I think once he broke that first tackle, I think you know he's going to back himself to come inside, and you know, all credit to him. You think about all the parents that drive miles and sit in the car for 2 hours while they're training with a scholarship, doing that 2, sometimes 3 nights a week. So really happy for them, for the parents, but obviously really proud for the young kids as well.
He's that type of a player, you know, that won't worry too much about jumping up to the next level. There'll be a little bit of nerves, but the excitement will be the thing that stimulates him.